Hey singers, I'm Justin Stoney, the founder of New York Vocal Coaching, joining you for another episode of Quick Singing Tips. Today we're hanging out at my local pub, George Keeley. To me, there's no greater place to get a craft beer than George Keeley. The people are great, the music's awesome, and the beer selection world class. Here, if you become a craft beer expert, they even put you on the Beer Wall of Fame. And you thought all I knew about was vocal pedagogy. Heck no. After a long day of cricothyroids, formant tuning, and zygomatic arches, sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. And they're always glad you came. Which leads us to our question for the day from Omizu W. in Kano, Nigeria. Omizu writes, "Dear Justin, does alcohol affect the voice?" What an intoxicating question, Omizu. That's what we're going to explore today at George Keeley. But first, let me talk to the bartender. Now, a little disclaimer. If you're underage, it's my advice to follow the rules of your country and always drink responsibly. Here in the U.S., our drinking age is 21. I actually kept this rule myself. I didn't drink anything until my 21st birthday when I got a Guinness with my dad. Let me tell you, I'm really glad I waited. It was really special for me to do it the right way. Kids and teens that watch our show, I hope you'll do this too. Please listen to your folks and do the right thing. Alcohol can ruin people's lives, or it can be one of life's greatest pleasures. Make me proud by making good decisions, okay? To good decisions. So, how does alcohol affect the voice? Well, one thing I can tell you is that it's way better than smoking. In fact, if you have to pick a vice between smoking and drinking, you should choose drinking every time. Why? Well, when you smoke, it goes right across your vocal cords and irritates and inflames them. But when you drink, the alcohol doesn't touch your vocal folds at all. Your epiglottis closes over your larynx, and the liquids are pushed into your esophagus when you swallow. So, in one sense, drinking alcohol doesn't do anything to your voice at all. In fact, a quiet evening at home with a drink or two over a healthy meal should do virtually nothing to your vocal health. So, generally speaking, we don't need to consider alcohol bad for the voice. Here's some things to think about, though. The first thing we need to consider is drinking heavily or binge drinking. Drinking excessively is never a good idea. It wrecks your body, your brain, and yep, it will have bad effects on your voice in the short term and the long term. Good news is, if you always keep your drinking to a small or moderate amount, you shouldn't have anything to worry about. Next, loud crowds. A lot of times alcohol gets an unfair bad rap. That's because people usually consume it in social settings, bars, clubs, or parties where everybody's talking loudly, shouting, and competing with loud music playing. Speaking loudly over crowds is maybe the #1 vocal killer. People get this confused. They go out for a few drinks with friends and their voice is shot the next day. They think the drinking caused it. But actually, it's usually the environment and not the drinks themselves. Let's also consider coordination. Alcohol causes us to lose some of our inhibitions and our fine motor skills. This applies to the voice. That's why people who drink too much talk so loudly. Hey, look at me! My subglottic pressure is wrecking my superficial anabropria. Woo! That's right. Drinking too much often causes people to harm their voices by letting them get out of control with volume. Next, let's look at acid reflux. Acid reflux is another big vocal killer. This is essentially when digestive acids come up from the stomach and start irritating the vocal folds. Drinking alcohol can certainly contribute to acid reflux. So if you're a singer that struggles with reflux, you might need to be a lot more careful with alcohol, especially when you've got a big performance, audition, or recording session coming up. Finally, hydration. One downside to alcohol is that it can be dehydrating. Not usually if you drink in moderation, but to be on the safe side, always drink a lot of water when you drink alcohol. My rule of thumb is one of these for every one of these. So as you can see, Omizu, alcohol isn't necessarily bad for the voice, but we have to be smart about it. So let's recap with a little nightcap. Remember, always drink moderately. Beware of the environment. Avoid loud talking. Consider acid reflux issues. And stay hydrated. If you do these things, then Omizu and all, I believe that you will discover that spirits can add spirit to your life and to your singing. Here's even more spirit for your vocal journey.
For voice lessons or Skype lessons with the NYVC staff, visit us at newyorkvocalcoaching.com. If you'd like a vocal course that you can do at home, check out the Voice Lessons to the World vocal course. This 12-part program takes you on a singing journey from beginner to master-level vocal exercises. You can find it at voicelessonstotheworld.com. Or if you'd like free vocal tips sent to you each day, sign up at dailyvocaltips.com. And now, here's Justin with this week's vocal benediction.
I would like to propose a toast to your health, your happiness, and your singing. Keep making positive decisions about how you treat yourself and your voice. Maybe sometime I'll see you soon here at George Keeley. I hope we can share a pint to celebrate your glorious gift of singing. Sláinte, l'chaim, and cheers to you!